All right, all right, all right. I think I am live. Hello, Zen Friends. Welcome to a special, excuse me. What is today? Sunday, right? It's a Sunday afternoon session where I come back on to finish out all the readings from this morning's session. I didn't get to any free readings. Completed all donations except for one. Sunali will be up first. We'll complete that donation. And then I've got a little over 20 or so free readings that we'll complete in the session here. After I'm done, I will post a pinned comment listing the order of the readings with the pinned, not the pinned, on the pinned comment, I'll have the timestamps for each of the readings. Excuse me. So you can find your reading, click on it. The timestamp will take you right to your reading. Also, if you're interested in seeing my latest podcast or get into a drawing for a free personal recorded reading or take advantage of any of my specials going on, all that is down in the description box of the video, so be sure to check that out. You'll notice there's no chat in this session. It's because I'm not taking any new questions. This is just a makeup session to complete everything from this morning. So I will be back on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I will be on Halloween as well. So I'll be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, and Saturday and Sunday morning this coming week. If you'd like to catch me then for more, I'm going to call them the undead streams. they're live streams, but it's the undead, right? So be sure to come check it out. We're going to have some great drawings. If you are subscribed to my channel, make sure to be have your settings, the alarm bell set to all, because I'm going to be announcing some more specials and some giveaways that'll be coming up this weekend as well for the Halloween all weekend. So be sure to check it. All right, I'm going to continue to use this beautiful Lumina Tarot deck by Lauren Aletta. And that is what we're going to do. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. And I'm so grateful for that love and support. All right. All right. So let's grab timestamps here. Let me move these out of the way here a little bit. So Sunali Thakur, let's grab your timestamp in here. Excuse me. I ate and I'm a little phlegmy. Sorry. So let's jump in here, Sonali, and find out SM's current thoughts and intentions towards you. So SM's current thoughts. Thank you. And these are underneath. Thoughts and intentions. Also want to just kind of check out their emotions as well. Just to get a little skinny on that, because we have our thoughts and emotions. They can be two separate entities, and they act two different ways a lot of times. So to get the both perspectives can help us. And then what are their current intentions based on their current energy? All right. So that's what we'll dive into. We do have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. That's really a stable kind of energy, but it does feel one of the lessons the Four Pentacles brings in is awareness of how we look at our worth in relationship to the outside world. And when we're defining ourselves by the three buckets of the outside world, which are relationships with humans, situations, and things, all of those are unstable because all those things change. People pass away, people walk away, people change, right? Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, right? So it's all unstable. And when we define ourselves by those things, we feel unstable. So the energy here is like this awareness, everything pointing you inward to show you that your worth, when you go inward and upward, you find the only stable thing, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. And that's very stable, right? Eternal, never ending, unconditional, not even one condition, because that's all it takes to make something conditional is one condition. No conditions, nothing you have to do to earn it, nothing you can do to lose it. So when you define yourself by that love, that's your foundation, then you feel very stable because all that is stable, right? So an important energy flowing below the reading with that for you, okay? Sorry. So sorry. I'm just going to throw a cough drop in here to help with my My nasal drainage here, so sorry. Clearing away. All right. So SM's current thoughts towards you. Yeah, we do have the Three of Swords. There is some fear of heartache, heartbreak, fear of being a disappointment or being disappointed. And the Eight of Cups, this walking away from emotions and relationships that don't serve. It's one of their greatest fears is to be abandoned, to be left on the cold, to be left behind, to be a disappointment, to want something and not get it. And I feel like that's their thoughts are where a lot of our belief systems, reside, right? These um, beliefs that are formed through pain of the past. People leave me, people disappoint me, I'm a disappointment, all of this stuff. And their thoughts around that, not, and this is like towards you, but it's not specific towards you, if that makes sense. It's something that they have for everyone. And so, of course, they have it for you too, because they fear if I allow myself to get close, I'm just going to get hurt. So let me take my time and see if they really are. If I see the signs of you leaving, of me being a disappointment, of me not living up to your expectations, etc. Below the surface under that, we do have the Six of Pentacles along with the Strength card. So we got this little bit of Leo energy here of wanting to be seen, wanting to be, how can we say that? But it's wanting attention, wanting you to want to be seen with me, kind of energy. But the Six of Pentacles is an energy, it's a codependent energy of the need to be needed, the need to be seen, the need to be wanted. That's below the surface here. So they're drawn because they want to have this relationship, because they want that Six of Pentacles, this balancing energy. But this, there is a little bit of codependency that comes from their past too, that they feel they have to give so much uh, uh, and they deserve so little. So there is a bit of lack energy that's there that's impacting all of their thinking. And you might even feel kind of this inconsistency where they go close, they go away, they come close, they go away, like a little rabbit that's trying to gain confidence and trusting that you're not going to hurt them. They see the carrots, they see the lettuce, they see the things that attract them, but they'll hop and they'll go and they'll scurry into the bush, and then they'll come back a little further, and then you make a sudden movement, they scurry away. So this coming forward, going away, this coming forward, this going away, you might be experiencing that in their life, their in your interactions as well. All right. So that's kind of the mindset that they have, and it's good to understand that, right? Now, emotions, what does their heart feel towards you? Yeah, Nine of Cups. Their heart is like, you're a dream come true. The heart is very engaged, very drawn to you here. Yeah. And there is this magician energy, this wanting to move forward energy, from the heart and the Lover's card. They are really seeing from their heart. The heart wants to express itself, it wants to move forward, but it's very caged by the mind. That's why it's important, right, to see the emotions and the mind, because the heart doesn't have all these expectations, conditions. It just knows, I love what I feel. I'm drawn to you. Excuse me, but the mind is the one that's kind of keeping the heart caged, not allowing it to move forward and express itself. Underneath the surface, it has the Three of Wands. I like this. With the Wheel of Fortune, yeah. You know, I'm so sorry, my throat will clear up here in a sec. But the Three of Wands is about taking a different direction than planned, and the Wheel of Fortune is a card of abundance and fullness. And it's like the heart is like, I see that this is abundant for me, and if you won't let me do it this way I'm trying, because it knows the mind is kind of sabotaging the heart The heart wants to do this, the mind cuts it off. It wants to do this, it cuts it off. It's like, well, if you won't let me do it this way, I'm going to do it this way. So it's like the heart is trying to find different ways to overcome the mind to get going forward. Let's see what the intentions are coming forward. Yeah, here's that lack energy we talked about with the Five of Pentacles, the fear of abandonment, being left on the cold, being left behind. But we got that Two of Cups. They do want to move forward, and it's going to take some courage. This Leo energy is like courage is not the absence of fear, it's being present in fear and having the courage to move forward anyway. And the mind is just looking Libra, which rules over the house of relationships. They're trying to balance their mind, trying to get out of some of these old mindsets that come in here. So their intentions right now is got to get rid of these fears, or at least transform them where they're not so many and they're not so abrasive, so that my heart, it's like filing away just enough of the bars that it can slip through. And that's the intention, is to face these fears, try to move forward, but it's going to take a little bit of time because I don't feel like they are investing a lot of energy into questioning those old beliefs. But I feel like that is their intention. I want to do that. I do feel like they're capable of doing it, but it does feel, based on current energies, that it's going to take a little bit of time for that to happen. Let's grab a when card, and we'll grab a tea time, spill the tea card. See what else we need to know here. Pardon me. Let me just back out of this little thing here. There it goes. All right. Let's see when, based on current energies, when will they feel brave enough to make that step forward based on current energies? Okay. Just write that top one. Right. And then what are the little spill the tea um, cards? What else can we know about this as well? Okay. So we do have, well, every 2 to 3 days, the Two of Swords. There is the battle going on between the head and the heart. When it gives me a card like every 2 to 3 days with this, what they're telling me is we're to the point where um, an event of some kind happening in their life can suddenly just bring it to where it happens. Um, it's like I don't know why they're looking at it this way, but it's like an earthquake and a fault line. Eventually, one of the zones, it's been building up pressure. All it takes is a little bit of a shake, and then the big movement can happen, which is interesting. Yeah, we're unmasking the motives. Interesting energy coming in here for your tea time, as some people's true motives begin to surface. So that confirms it, that their true motives are coming forward soon here. So um, basically, when they say every 2 to 3 days and they're not giving me any ranges of dates, means it can happen at any time, but also it's not, I wouldn't say it's not important to know now, because we think it's important to know now, but it's important now that you don't know the time, because your focus is to focus on your own thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you anymore, and letting those fears go. You can't control how fast they do things, but you can control how fast and how much effort you put into questioning your expectations and thoughts and beliefs and fears, and letting them go that don't serve you anymore, the emotions that don't serve, the energy that don't serve, even things in the physical realm that don't serve you anymore. So interesting. Yeah, we got haunted for your fortune cookie here. Card number 21. It's funny, we got two people here with one like. That 2121 energy is here. So sorry. The breaking of the floor beneath your naked feet, the creaking of the walls as the cold kisses flesh. You're never really alone when in the company of hauntings within bone. Let's see what the messages with that. The keywords are atonement and company. And it says the definition of a poltergeist is an unknown spirit that causes disturbances such as loud noise or moving furniture. In fact, the word poltergeist is German and it means noisy spirit. Excuse me. It says originally poltergeists were thought to be demons who played tricks, focusing their attention on one specific person. However, theories surrounding the origins of poltergeist disturbances have changed. Many believe poltergeist to be a manifestation of an individual's troubled psyche, as disturbances generally focus on one person. This person is usually in some kind of pain or trauma, either from things done to them or things they've done to others. So, SM is your poltergeist. No, they have this is referencing this energy of they have some troubles. This noisy spirits, these noises, these fears is what we're talking about here. And I'm going to say the fears become a physical representation of the pain that's been locked away and left to fester. Eventually, that pain becomes too much for the person to hold, and a fear is born, bringing with it a terrifying display of what was hidden. So it's the vision that our fears bring of the fear of the future and the fear of what could be based on the past pains that we've had, right? Again, that's the fear of being abandoned. You've pulled the haunted card because there's something that I feel like that SM must atone for. They've locked something away, choosing to ignore it rather than own up to. It says mistake, but it's like they need to own up to the fear that they experienced and not just push it down because it's running on autopilot before below the surface. They just and it's impacting them. They just haven't brought it up to look at it because it's too. They fear that it's going to be too painful to look at, but it's making them bringing them pain right now. It's like someone who has like my host just had back surgery and she's like, I know that I'm going to go through a little pain in the beginning to solve a lifelong pain that she's had. And that's the whole thing is if we think, oh, but the surgery is going to hurt, but you've been dealing with this back pain forever and you'll be with it forever if you don't do something. So a little bit of discomfort looking at a past belief helps relieve a lifetime of pain, right? This can be something that, they've done to someone else, but also something they feel, they've done to themselves. Perhaps a choice they'd like to forget or even a trauma that they've never dealt with, as I was saying, right? Whatever their situation, know that their hauntings will continue until they're ready to face the monster their pain has created. It's especially true if they've also okay, we didn't pull any other cards, but so that is so fitting, right? So they're being haunted by old pain, and that makes them weary. It's like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna go into a graveyard, there's scary spirits there." And they're like you're like, "No, come on." It's the Louisiana, um, beautiful graveyards with all the tombstones and monuments above ground. It's beautiful to see. You see them in movies all the time, right? All right. So hopefully that helps, Sonali. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. All right. So that's it for the one donation that I had to do. Now we'll jump into the free readings. And like I said, I've got like 24 to go. Um, and so we will take those. Those will be a little faster. They're just 1 to 2 card readings. So we'll dive into those next. All right. So we have Ateshi Singh. You're at 1933. So what's happening in the office Monday and Tuesday with HL? All right, let's take a look here. Here's Monday. What about Tuesday? All right, thank you. So Monday, we do have the Magician card. Feels a bit it's a bit magical is what I want to say. Because I feel like they're in a super good mood and they're just, happy, 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 and excited. There's a lot of energy in the air. Um, And so it's very vibrant kind of energy that's going on. The magician also says what happens really depends on what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on what you're grateful for about HL, you get more of that. If like I'm grateful sincerely, right? I'm really sitting and being this gratitude because we can't fake it. We can't go, "Oh, I'm grateful," and go, "What are they gonna do? Are they gonna do this or that or this or not this or that?" Right? Because when I'm focusing on what they haven't done or what I want and what I need, which are lack energy, um, or what they're not doing, all of that pushes things away and draws in the things we fear. So if we focus on that, we're gonna experience that kind of interaction or like, "Oh, I bet they're not gonna pay attention to me. I bet they're gonna ignore me." And look at they do. I knew it, I knew it. It's like, no, our energy drew in the experience, right? But if I focus on, you know what, I'm grateful for sincerely again, can't fake it, but like, just I liked when we had that conversation. I'm so grateful for that conversation. And I remember when they did this, and that was great. And I remember when we had that little time together, that was fun. I am grateful for that. That draws in things that can match that instead of pushing things away or drawing in the stuff we don't want, right? So Monday is with a magician card very much a day of it's going to draw in there. Tuesday feels like a day with the 7 of swords. There's a lot of feelings of your mental energy being challenged. I feel like there's a disconnect in communication, almost like if this is like it's pointing you to your own expectations and thoughts and beliefs that make you feel like you've been cheated out of something or betrayed or um, what's another word? Thieved, something thieved out of your life. And that can be something like, wow, they're paying a lot of attention to that person, and I wanted them to pay attention to me. It can be, again, we end up focusing in on our expectations and what's not happening. We experience that lower vibrational kind of disconnect in communication. But that's based on current energy. If you change that on Monday, you can have a different experience on Tuesday. But they're showing you that if you focus in on what's not happening, then Tuesday is going to be kind of a bummer day with them, a real disconnect in communication and maybe a little bit of feeling like they betrayed you because they're talking to someone else instead of you. So awareness of where your focus is very important. All right. So that's what they have for you at Teshi. Many blessings to you. And then Brenda Globy, you are up. You want to know what will JJK and KTH's friendship be like when AS enters their lives? All right. So what will JJK and KTH's friendship be like? Sorry, itch, itch, itch. What's an itchy elbow? Itchy hand is money, right? What's itchy elbow? Something's about to be funny. The funny bone? I don't know. Let's take a look here. Probably not funny, right? Let's take a look here. JJK and KTH's friendship when AS enters their lives. Okay. So their relationship with each other. Yeah. It's a bit two pentacles is an balanced energy that's there. And the emperor energy, it's Aries energy. It's a little bit fiery, but it feels like someone wants to take control and control the interactions between all three of them. So it does feel as if one individual, and I feel like you know who that is. It's the person that's more insecure and the person that feels I need to control what happens, that they'll try to step in and try to, you know, again, control how fast things go and what the interactions are like and um, what's the what's the relationship between each of us and us as a group. Someone wants to take the lead and be and control it because that's how they feel safe and in control. But for the most part, with the two pentacles, feels pretty balanced. And the reason it still feels balanced, even with all that controlling energy, I feel is that the other person, whether this is JJK or KTH, Is it KTH that is the controlling one? The other person would know. Like, let's say it is KTH. JJK knows that about them and is like, "That's fine. I know. They're gonna try to do this, and I'll allow them to feel in control even though they're not. This is what they need to feel safe. I'll let them feel that way. But if I wanna do something, I'm gonna do it." You know? That's interesting. So, hopefully that makes sense, Brenda. Brenda, that's what they have right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Eagle, you are up. Grab your timestamp there. And you want a general for the upcoming week. Let's see here. Okay, what else? All right, we got three. So the first card that came up is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is it's like moving from a mentally choppy water to a calmer, smoother mental energy, which is a change of story kind of coming in here. Clarity is coming in that where at the beginning of the week we might be a little by the end of the week we're okay because we see things differently. Clarity comes in during the week. So whatever comes in at the beginning of the week, just know, trust it, look for clarity, you're going to find it. Yeah, exactly. You have the Hanged Man transformation and give it some time just to hang around. And the Queen of Swords is the balance between head and heart. Things balance out. The heart and the mind come to a mutual understanding by the end of the week. And so that is the Hangman is like, just chill. Don't react. Just know, you know what? I'm just going to kind of sit with it. I don't need to go solve anything. I don't need to dig deep. Clarity comes to me through me just hanging around. I don't have to do anything. Like a caterpillar in a cocoon, they just build the cocoon and then nature happens and they turn into a butterfly. And that's what happens here. You just need to create the space to chill, and then resolution comes by the end of the week. And things seem clear and balanced. And like I said, instead of choppy, like at the beginning of the week, it feels very calm at the end of the week, like going from whitewater rapids and going out into a very smooth lake. It's the ah, by the end of the week. So that's what they have for you, Eagle. Hopefully that makes sense, and many blessings to you. Patricia, you are up, and you got a download called Tempe, Arizona last night. What does Spirit want you to know around this? Tempe, Arizona. Okay, thank you. What else? All right. Ooh, is there what was in this dream? Two of Cups is emotional, um, like partnership or relationship energy. The spotlight is really on relationships. And we got the Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment, right? And feelings and experiencing heartbreak. But it's like they're playing a song in my head about returning back to Tempe, Arizona to find the love that got away. There's just like this kind of country song that's playing in my head. And I'm like, because it's like started off like that song down in the Texas town of El Paso. It's like, down in the little town of Tempe, Arizona, finding the love that got away. But it just feels like it is drawing you there for awareness, for transformation. Um, so who is it that's moved to Tempe, Arizona? There's someone there um, to reconcile with. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friend, family, someone, but there is this realization that can happen if you visit there even. Maybe you don't have to move there, but visiting the memory of it, because there's some forgiveness where you can choose to no longer be a vessel of pain because of someone else's uh, actions or non-actions, their words or their silence. And it is this pouring out and releasing so that you can become a vessel of love, realizing and really looking at what they chose and what they did or didn't do or didn't say was about them, not about me. And there's this release. It's like what do you get when you play a country song backwards? You get your dog back, you get your wife back, get your car back. Because country songs are usually losing everything, but when you play the country song backwards, you get everything back. That's funny. So hopefully that makes sense, Patricia. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Minu, you are up in like a general reading for November. All right, let's take a look here. That's funny. Spirit is just hilarious. All right. So Minu for November, you got the Knight of Cups. There is some, yeah. Well, look at this. And you also have the Fool card. If you're looking for a romance, it's on its way here. You definitely have movement of emotion in November. The Fool card is an ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. Uranus energy around the Fool card, Aquarius, Uranus energy, is about a weird relationship, an odd relationship. That'll get your attention, right? But it's what it means by that is it's an unordinary relationship. You're letting go of the old way of doing things. This is a new, fresh way of approaching a relationship and romance. Someone that's unexpected in a way that's unexpected and it unfolds unexpectedly. And I like that because you're not having a whole lot of expectations around it because it's so weird and different and unusual that you're not applying one of those. I'm having that song. Is it Tom Jones? It's unusual to be loved by anyone. Boom, da-dum. It's all music box today, it sounds like. But it does feel like it's different. And I feel like if you approach this romance in November from a place of gratitude, enjoying it as an adventure, not trying to control it or put expectations or intentions around it, but just go on the adventure that it unfolds in a new and surprising way. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now, Minu. So many blessings to you. All right. And then faith and love, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. So, hello, hello. What are C's feelings and next actions towards our future together after spending the last weekend together? All right. So, C's feelings. So, what is this coming from their heart and then from their intentions? Their heart, Knight of Pentacles. This is a quest of seeing their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way, but their feelings are it feels like, okay, I'm still want to take my time to grow this. I don't want to rush into anything. They're holding back their heart. The heart's like a little chihuahua that's just excited. It's like, no, get back here. Don't go humping everyone's legs. It's holding the heart back, allowing it to go in a steady, controlled going forward. So it's really their mind stepping in to control their heart, and they want it to go slowly because they do fear, something quickly built falls apart quick, but also um, if I move quick, I miss things. And I've done this in the past where I've missed things. And for me to feel safe and my heart to feel safe, I'm going to just take it slowly forward. And that's kind of where their emotions are at. Their next actions, yeah, Eight of Pentacles, slowly built and get the reward. So both of these energies do come in here. They're not wanting to rush into something, to rush to the future. They just want to enjoy it and enjoy the process of creating the relationship over time, not get to the altar and get to this and get to that. They're like, I want to enjoy every step because I've rushed before and it just falls apart. I want to take my time. So there's both one out of fear, but there's also out of this belief that something slowly built lasts for eternity, which nothing in the human world lasts for eternity, but our love, our eternal unconditional love does because it's eternal. Anyway, hopefully that helps a little bit. Faith and love, that's what they have for you. And then, blessed one, you are up. I want to ask what's coming in for you. All right, let's take a look here. Based on your current energy, what does Spirit want you to know that's heading towards you here? What else? Thank you. Crunching my. All right, got some tens going on here. There is some transformation, some ending and beginning. You have the 10 of wands and the 10 of swords. And this is it's a positive energy, even though it looks kind of strange with the vulture with these swords with blood pouring out of the vulture's mouth. It's like, whoa. But the 10 of swords, swords are our expectations. The 10 of swords is an energy of I've had it. I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations. I'm done. I'm just going to be me. And the 10 of wands is I've been investing all this energy trying to make everyone else happy, trying to, out of fear, try not to be a failure, trying to be lovable. It's so burdensome. And you're like, I'm done. And all this energy that you've been investing trying to please everyone all comes rushing back to you and you feel full. And there's this new beginning, it's like you could do whatever you want in your life because you're like at a point, I'm just ready to let go of all this. I don't feel like you're suicidal or anything like that. But I know when we get to that point, it's like, I'm just going to I'm afraid of letting anyone down, so am I gonna step out of life? No, I'm just gonna say, "I'm gonna do what I wanna do." What's the worst thing that could happen? I could die. I was gonna kill myself back when I was 22, and I'm like, um, anytime I feel that pull to, since then, anything that feels like it's, like, overwhelming, I just go like, "What's the worst? I take it to death. What's the worst that could happen? I could die. I was gonna do that to myself, but I'm fine." So I'm just gonna go and let me go forward and do what I want to do. And someone doesn't like it, that's their problem, not mine, right? And there's this energy. I like this with the tens coming in here. I feel like you're at this point of feeling like it's such a burden trying to please everyone and to achieve this and do that and blah 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 that it's time for what does my heart want? I'm closing my eyes, getting out of my head, all these, clearing the throne room of all these people telling me what to do, and I'm taking charge of my life. This is kind of energy that I feel is coming in for you now. And if you're not to that point yet, I just feel like you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of people going, you need to do this, you need to do that, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And people, uh, you picking up energy of disappointment from people, you being disappointed in others. And you're like, I'm ready to let go of all this and be more true to myself. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, blessed one. So many blessings to you, right? We have CJ. You are up next. So you want to know, is there a new career coming for you in November, right? Based on current energies, is there a new, thank you. That's the one they went there. And that one there. They weren't falling out. Wow. You got both the Sun and the Page of Pentacles. Two very positive energies coming in. So this would be a yes for November. Yeah, it's a new opportunity, a heightened opportunity with the Page of Pentacles coming in the outside world. The Sun card is a glorious energy. It is a bright energy. It's one of the most abundant cards. Is there anything that you need to do with this? Just shine bright, baby, is what they say. That Sun card. Don't try to be who you're not. Be yourself. Shine bright. Don't ask permission to shine. Don't defend what you want to do and where you want to do, but follow your heart and especially on what you're wanting to do with your life. Um, Stay out of the head about what you think you're supposed to do. That sucks the life. That's expectations. It sucks the life out of things. But when you're from your heart going, where's my joy? Where's my passion? Where's my excitement leading me? Apply there because that's where you'll get jobs. If you're doing things that are of the mind, that's just that's the Have to use my no button. So I feel like that's what's coming in there for you for November, CJ. So I like it for you. All right, many blessings. And Kita, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. What does your maternal aunt Manisha think of us after the fight? All right, let's take a look here. What are her thoughts? Whoops. Yeah, we got the Two of Swords. She's kind of torn between her head and her heart. Her head is, yeah, this is what needs to be done. This is what we all do. Um, I've been on both sides of this situation in the past. I've been on both sides of the battle, of the fighting, going on. Um, and so they're drawn into their mind going, yeah, and the heart going, oh, because the heart wants to see everyone get along. And that Four of Cups, they definitely want to try to bring emotional stability and emotional peace back between everyone. She likes it when the emotions are stable back and forth. So that's the tornness of that. So the responsibility and expectations, check, check. Yeah, we're doing what we're supposed to do. And then also the experience, like they said, I've been on the responsibility side. I've also been on the being talked to and the fight between. I've been on both sides of these arguments before in different ways. And I get it. I get where everyone's coming from, but I just want everyone to get along. I want harmony. Um, so I feel like that's the energy where they're coming from. Right. So that's what they have for you, Ankita. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Michelle Smith. So, Michelle, I'm not sure if you saw it in the morning session. I did answer. This was, I think it was, what was yesterday? I don't know if it was in the morning or night. I think it was in the morning. Um, but I didn't see your question until after I got off the stream and saw your comment on the video because I don't see the comments till I'm done with the stream. Um, but I did answer your comment with a link. So if you check that, you'll see a response to that with that link. I'm also going to put it in this pinned comment as well for your general reading. I did a little separate little mini stream just with your reading. And so I'll put that down in the pinned comment next to your name down here. And I'll make this all separate so it looks clear. And then I'll give you a general free reading in this session. But your general reading for your donation is linked down in the description box. So not the in the pinned comment, not the description box. So hopefully that makes sense. And thank you again. I'm going to try to make sure I check my comments on my streams before I log out if I'm looking for an answer from someone, because that can happen. So thank you. It's all a learning experience, right? All right. So let us dive in here. We'll give you a free reading here for a general. What does Spirit have for you right now? Okay. There we go. Boom, boom. Wow. We have the World card and the Strength card, two major arcana here. Now, the World card is a card of significant ending and an upgrade, moving to a new beginning. And you got the little, is that, is that Jupiter? Right? Or not Saturn? I forget. I'm going to have to look that up. I suddenly went brain dead on astrological symbols. But it is about, it feels very Jupiter energy, but it feels like Jupiter and Saturn. Maybe they're just giving me both of those. That's why they want me to be confused for a moment, because it is doing the work and getting the reward, which is Saturn energy. But Jupiter is the expander and the growth and expansion energy that comes in here. So you're ready to go to this new level. And with the Strength card, the Leo energy that comes in with all of this is about, on one side, it's the stepping up in your relationship with your higher self. But it also brings forward this energy of you're ready to lead by example. Don't worry, if you're like, oh, I don't want to lead people. It's like you lead by example by expressing this within yourself and showing the courage that you have had to overcome things in your life. And through that, you do help other people. So if you're ready to expand into a teacher or leader role of any kind, it's very supported, but you don't have to do it in a way that you think everyone thinks you should. It's you can do it in a way that makes you, whether it's postings, art, a blog, actually teaching in front of people, being a supervisor, being a mentor. There's no way that's a wrong way and no way that's the right way. It's how do you want to do it? But it's like you are in this time of sharing who you are and what you've learned with people. And the biggest thing is you lead through the example of who you are. Um, and it impacts people. So I love this that you're ready for this and you're entering that. A lot of opportunities will be opening up in the outside world. You don't have to take any of them. Definitely not all of them, but it's like it's giving you it's like a buffet. You can kind of look at the buffet and go, "Oh, maybe I try a little bit of this." More like Baskin Robbins, where they have what 50 flavors or whatever it is, and you can ask for those little wooden spoons and go, "Let me try some of that." Well, I don't know if that's really for me. Give me some of that. Ooh, I really like that. All right, let me try some others. And then you're like, I'm going back to this. This really resonated with me, right? Follow that, not like, well, I should get this. It's like, wow, this is the taste for me. So I love that for you. And that is what they have. So many blessings to you, Michelle. Thank you again for your donation yesterday. And hang in there. Let me know if you have any questions on this general reading. All right. So let me get this here. Let me say, I recorded your general reading. I'm going to put here from yesterday separately. Here's the link. All right. There we go. All right. Enjoy. Appreciate you. All right. Andrea, 54 Hector, you are up. What was the reason why your boyfriend Carlos, the Leo, blew you off this weekend? You're in Aries. Well, there you go. You answered your own question. No, I'm just kidding. Two fire signs. Well, well, well. Let's see here. What is going on with Carlos? Why did he blow you off? All right. I do want this extra one here too. Let's see what we got here. We do have the 5 of Wands. This energy is friends, a friends group, a very fiery friends group, but also conflicting energy. Conflicted on the inside, excuse me, and conflicted with you. Maybe you guys have been having a little bit of fire, which happens. I mean, it really is. Two fire signs, two fire signs colliding, right? Let's see what else we got here. We do have the Lovers card, so they still have this relationship energy with you, and they have the Six of Pentacles. This give and receive energy that comes in here. Here, Andrea, the Six of Pentacles reminds me of the codependent energy where my experiences, which I actually talk about in my Easier Path, the Adventure 2, the Round 1, Ding Ding Fighting. You might check that out if you haven't. The playlist is down in the description box, and it is the second, it's the Adventure 2 in the title, because I do talk about how, codependency is what can lead to people cheating and being an overgiver, which I feel you are like me, where we're recovering overgivers, right? Where we believe from young that we have to give so much to deserve so little. So we tend to give, 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 give. Subconsciously, we don't want to receive. We turn into a parent-child relationship. We go in as two adults, but we want to give. We become the giver. the caregiver, they become the receiver. The baby bird and the parent bird, we give to you, they try to give back. We're like, no, no, no. I give to you. That's what our subconsciously, even though mentally and consciously we're like, no, I want them to give me everything in the world, but subconsciously that doesn't match up. When we do that, we give and give and give until we're exhausted, and then we give and give and give until we're resentful, right? We also, um, because they're not feeling they can give to us or they can't keep up with our giving, they will give outside of the relationship. Now, they can do it to friends, which with this friends group of the 5 of Wands, I feel like they feel appreciated. They feel they can give to friends. They spend all the time with there, and they felt good being able to feel like they're with equals or even that they are above their friends, right? Um, Other people can become workaholics and or go to the gym or a hobby or affairs. I don't feel any of that here yet, but this is good awareness because if they're blowing us off to go spend that time with all of them, then it's like, all right, I I'm gonna look and spend the time looking at my overgiving, talk to my inner child to let them know we deserve one to one, not 1,000 coins I give to deserve one back. I'm gonna allow this energetically to receive one to one. Then things can change in your relationship where it is more smooth and more that. But there is something to look into that. Definitely check out that video. I dive deeper into it more. And I feel like that will help because if you stay on the track you're on now, it will be end up being those other things because they want to feel as good as we feel giving, giving, giving. But yeah, so I think that makes sense, right? All right, so that's what they have for you, Andrea. Hang in there, my dear. It's not unrecoverable. So it's a good you're catching it early, as they say. So all right. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Leia. You are up here. Give your timestamp. And you want Shree's feelings for Lena and about our reunion. All right. So Shree's feelings for Lena. And then what about our reunion? All right. Okay. I do feel like you get 2 for that. All right. So Shree's feelings for Lena. We do have the star card. Aquarius energy here with the star card, and feelings are contained. You know, thing about Aquarius, they're water bearers. They definitely feel emotion, but very contained in that, the vase that they carry that they're pouring water out of. They don't share their emotions very easily and readily, even though they feel a lot of it. So they can sometimes feel or appear that they're cold and unfeeling. And that do you have any emotions in there? Like, yeah, look all those emotions. Like, can I have some? Yeah, stick your finger in. You can have some of those emotions. Sometimes they forget to share the emotions, depending on their entire birth chart. But there is this energy here of emotions contained, and they're not going all crazy about expressing them, though there is emotion there, but they're more looking at um, more external around their life is their focus right now in the world and how to make the world a better place kind of energy with the Aquarius. So, not so much this head over heels energy, but there is emotion there. They're just keeping it contained. Now, the reunion, you got the Nine of Cups and the Two of Wands. Nine of Cups is a fullness of emotion and joy. And the Two of Wands is it depends on what we're focusing on in the moment. Two of Wands is can go either way. Boom, 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 boom. And when we're focusing on what we're grateful for, it's like, wow, when I'm focusing on what's not happening, what expectations were not fulfilled and what disappointment I'm feeling, I get more of that. So it fluctuates depending on the energy of the moment going on here. But it feels like for the most part, it was a fullness of joy and celebration kind of energy but there is some of that, um, things didn't go what I wanted it to go, kind of way at times. But when we get over that and shake our head and go, no, 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 I'm going to stay out of that lower vibrational lack energy. And I'm going to focus on what I loved about the reunion. I get more things that match that instead. And I feel like that's kind of what happened. If the reunion has already happened, I feel like kind of goes, there's moments of greatness and moments of disappointment, back to moments of greatness. It's like a roller coaster energy. But we can make the most of our experience by focusing on what we're grateful for. Then we see it for the greatness that it was. Right. So that's what they have for you, Leah. Many blessings to you. Right. Olivier Vagara, you're up. Look at 55, 55. All those fives. Take a sip here. I don't have any coffee left, but I do have my lemon juice. May take a quick sip here. Wow, that's strong. I think some lemon juice went to the bottom there. Okay. So let's take a look here. Is there a new career opportunity coming in November? All right. So based on your current energies, Livier, is there a new job opportunity coming in November? Okay. All right. So we do have the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. Definitely, when we get Wands energy, it is energy of possibilities. And the Three of Pentacles is a different type of job opportunity that is more from the heart and creativity than it is from the mind and, you know, business kind of energy. And what I mean by that, and I feel like you know what that means, but if I'm going off what my mind expects and this is what I should do and what my experience is and blah, 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 then it just feels like that's not creative. It's more fulfilling expectations. With this energy, it feels like um, the Three of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self, which is about sharing from our heart, which is where creativity comes from too. But this is about different, creating something different, not, you know, um, buying something pre-made. This is you creating something. And the Queen of Wands is an energy of course, whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. So I feel like the possibility of the job opportunity in November comes in when you're one, getting into your creative energies, creating something, painting something, making something with clay, doing some sort of craft, creating a garden, doing what, but it's about using your creative side of you, bringing that creative energy, and then focusing on what you've loved about other career jobs in the past, because that opens and draws that in for you. But if we're focusing on what out of fear, like I need the money, I need this, I define myself by this, what will people think? Any of that lower vibrational energy, we want to stay away from that and really seek into the heart to see what it is we want to do with that. So looks very positive though, but I definitely feel like getting into your creative side is the important kind of catalyst that catapults the energy for you. So I like that for you, Olivier. That's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Urvashi. You are up. You want to know what are the true intentions of your husband for you? You are not in contact. All right. Let's take a look here. And if you didn't catch your other reading requests over this weekend, just go back to the streams. If you look at the pinned comments, you can see the your name with the timestamp. You just click on it, takes you right to your reading. I feel like uh, this feels familiar, which I know sometimes I get people asking kind of the same questions. So if you did have one to gain more information, check those out too. Right. So let's take a look here. What are the true intentions based on their current energies, right? What's their current true intentions? Yeah, we got the World card and we've got the Maiden of Cups. Yep. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana, which is a card of significant endings and new beginnings. And it's interesting because right when I said that, I've got one person live, one like, and it was at 10011. All these ones, which is the new beginning energy. The World card goes to the 0 card and then to the 1, right? So this is an ending and new beginning energy really coming in strong. Um, and the Maiden of Cups, the Page of Cups, is wanting to find a higher love in their life too, but it starts with trying to find their self-love. So their true intentions right now are for themselves, but I do feel like the intention is to end the marriage, and to have a beginning that's free of expectations and that feels like they're living instead of fulfilling expectations, and if that makes sense. So that is what's coming in your Vashi. So hopefully that is more clear and direct. I think the other ones almost felt a little wishy-washy, like, well, are they or aren't they? But this is coming in very strong right now. All right, so that's what they have for you. Hang in there, my dear. All right, Melissa Hodzik, you are up. Melissa, happy week ahead as well for you. Thank you. I'm so glad you love the new podcast. Thank you for that. And then you want to know, what are Brianna's thoughts and feelings after our business conversation? All right. So let's see here. What are Brianna's thoughts? What's her brain saying first? Okay. And then what is her heart? Okay. So the thoughts we have, yeah, Scorpio, death and rebirth. This energy of repurposing, shedding some old skins to be able to, um, yeah, it's like of course, a snake, when it gets too big for its skin, it starts to shed it and it wants to, it's become too big for some old stuff. And I feel like the business is like, it feel like some of the ideas we maybe originally had don't fit on how it's evolved, and that we need some in the mind. They're like, yeah, there's some things that don't fit anymore that can go, to make space for something bigger and more in alignment with where we're going now. So there is this transformative Scorpio movement energy that comes in here. Some things need to die. It's like the phoenix, when it gets old, some things need to burn down to have new creation in it. So there is this, they're thinking about some things that can go away to and replace it with something more. Their heart says, yeah, see the mind. That's funny. Ace of Swords, seeking clarity, wanting to see things from a higher perspective, seeing things from a place of capital T truth, of unconditional love, rather than small t truth of these things. So their heart really is about, all this is great. Um, and I'm wanting to share the truth of my heart. And because they have like their why of why they're wanting to do the business, I feel like their heart is pinging that, going, remember why we want to do this. Remember why. So I feel like that's where they're at here. It feels very positive, and positive energy that's coming in there. Um, very much excited about new beginnings, changes, evolving, moving forward kind of energy. So hopefully that helps. That's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. All right. So MM, you are up. MM 28-5. So hello. So if you get with D, would he be willing to have a child with you? You're asking because he's older and has 2 daughters already. Oh my gosh. Maybe he wants a son. Let's take a look here. So if you get with D, would he be willing to have a child? So based on their current energies, would they be willing to have a child? Okay. Okay, they do it this one here. And if so, would it be a boy or a girl? Would it be a boy or a girl? I know. How dare I? Twins? There's 2 cards. Maybe you'd get twins. Let's see here. Queen of Wands. Yeah, that is a yes, 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 yes. Passionate energy, um, very well, it's fire energy, or it's very heated, passionate, energy. So yes, yes. And yeah, and it would be a boy, Knight of Swords. So that's yeah, that confirms it here, right? I feel like they would be willing to, and I believe you would give him a son. He's got 2 daughters, which is amazing, and maybe, there's that possibility for a son that comes in there too. I like it, MM. That's what they have for you, my dear, so many blessings to you. All right, and then Ashish, you are up, Ashish Bakaran. Um, One day will I have my own family? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you have your own family? One day, one day, one day. Okay, thank you. And any idea about when, maybe? Let's take a look here. Yeah, Ace of Wands is a yes energy. It's a gift of the energy, and but it's possible. It's a possibility because that's Wands energy, right? And it is, if I focus on what I'm grateful for in my own family, that I'm grateful for my mom and my dad and my grandparents and aunts and uncles and siblings and blah blah blah. Gratitude around family allows, excuse me, hiccup for you, scary, to bring in a family of your own, because you're being grateful for family energy. Spirit gives you family energy. If I'm wanting and needing family, our energy pushes it further away, makes family difficult to come toward us. Um, what else with that? The want and the need, or the fear that I'll never have a family. The fear of it is telling the universe, this is what I would like. All right, we agree. That's what you get. I fear I won't have family. Okay, you don't want family, we won't bring it. Because our fear, even though it's fear, our energy is about no family, no family, and that's what we get. So gratitude, gratitude, gratitude around family can do that. Yeah, you have the temperance. It's going to be a little bit of time. Temperance is balance, um, and taking time, patience, takes time for something to unfold. But with that Ace of Wands, it also tells us, when I'm focusing on lower vibrational energy, it slows everything down, pushes it away. When I'm focusing on gratitude and higher vibration, like gratitude, unconditional love, joy, laughter, peace, play, fun, that's faster energy. Brings things in sooner. So it does speed things up as well when we focus on that. So that's what they have for you, Ashish. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Aditi, you are up. You want to get a reading. What's coming towards you in your love life? All right. Let's take a look here. Based on your current energies, what's coming forward and what are you drawing to you? All right. So what's coming towards you in your love life? You'd have the Maiden of Cups, Page of Cups, which is a heightened love that is coming your way. Um, what are you drawing towards you is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is an energy of making the room for this love to come to you. The Eight of Cups is like doing an emotional inventory, because if our emotional bank is low because we are investing all this emotional energy in keeping old emotions down and suppressed and pushed down, um, and also the energy is low in our emotional bank because of all these relationships and friendships and everything in my life that I'm pouring all this emotional energy into. My heart goes, we can't afford to have anything else come in emotionally for us. We're already almost overdrawn. So, no, I'm not going to allow the energy keeps away love coming in. So, when you get the Eight of Cups, it's like, all right, prepare, because it's coming, but it won't be drawn into, your within you and into your life. It'll only circle your life until you're ready. It's like there's no room on the airline runways. If there's planes parked on it, the plane can't land. We got to clear stuff away to make space for it to land. That's funny. They've never used that before. But so as I question the relationships I have, where am I investing all my emotional energy? If I'm giving 70, 80, 90% consistently into a friendship or a relationship with family, friends, whoever, only getting back 10, 20, 30% back consistently, then there might be relationships in your life where you're like, I'm the one keeping it alive. They don't care, they're not investing it. I'm just going to let it go. And I get all that energy back. Or they matter to me, but I'm going to back off to 50%. I'm not going to pour so much in. I'm going to let them pour some in too. And sometimes we train people only to give this much because we overgive. If we back off a little bit, they're like, "Ooh, I have an opportunity to give. This is new." And they will. And that friendship can be remained or relationship. But that 10, 20, 30% extra that we were giving, we get back into our bank. Boop, 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 boop. Some that we are like, no, that relationship was over a long time ago. It's brain dead. I was just keeping it alive. It's time to pull the plug. That sounds morbid, but you get all that energy back investing. So also, as you look at into your, do like some inner emotional work, you discover like what are the emotions of anger and sadness that you pushed down when you were 7 years old and younger, where you weren't allowed to be an unhappy child or an angry child. And you didn't know what to do with those emotions. So you pushed them down and you had to keep them all down there. And you've been investing all this energy, keeping them below the surface for so long that as you interact with your inner child in whatever way you want to do it, to help you transmute those emotions and allow them to be expressed in allow your inner child to express them now, be that safe space for your inner child, then that energy, you don't have that charged energy or that energy that you're using to push it down. You get all that filled up too. So when you reach a certain point in your emotional bank, then new love can come in. But until then, um, that's what's keeping it from coming your way. Right? So that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, let me get that here. All right. So Carmel Damon, you are up. Have that here. So what does DL think of you? Why and when will he contact you? All right, let's take a look here. All right, we'll do that. And we'll do a when learning card deck to find out the when, and then it'll be the why, whatever's on here. So what does DL think of you right now? Queen of Swords. There's this balance between head and heart. The Queen of Swords is an energy of, I feel like you're like very compatible for me. You're like such a good fit for me. Is their thinking in their head. They're like, you do this and do this. When they're looking at the little checklist of what they think, they're like, you just bring all the stuff. And, but there's also this thought, but am I your fit? That's where their self-doubt and stuff comes in here. And I talk about a five-fingered glove and a four-fingered person. So from their perspective, you're a five-fingered glove, right? um, and they feel like they're a four-fingered person. They're like, yeah, you when you put a five-fingered glove on a four-fingered person, it fits. Plus, there's extra. There's even room for growth. They're like, wow, you're more than enough for me. But when they look from your perspective, that five-fingered glove is empty. They're not fulfilled, and that is how they feel like, I don't know if I'm enough for you. I know you're enough for me, but I don't know if I'm enough for you. I don't know if I can bring you everything you need. I think I will fall short. I feel like I will disappoint you. And so that's going on inside their head, right? Um, why and when will they contact you? Based on current energies, we have August 19th to October 4th. Well, that was already past and gone. That would be next year. But this can be October 19th through November 4th. But the 5 of Cups, they would contact you when they're feeling down and feeling low. Because again, that is something that you help them with, right? Your joy and your perspective, you help them feel better. Um, in more ways than one, baby. I know. That's funny. Whoops, sorry, my bad. but but I do feel like that's when they would contact you when they're feeling down. And it's because they don't feel like I don't bring you half of what you bring me and I feel like that's kind of been their challenge in the past is this lack of feeling like realization of who they are and what they bring, what they can bring. And because they limit themselves with their beliefs of their lack, yeah, they're right. You can't until you find your power and your unconditional love for yourself and your self love, your self worth, then yeah, I can give so much. I fill up and overflow. But if I'm lacking, then I'm more of a black hole than I am a sun. So hopefully that helps Carmel. That's where I feel is coming in right now. Right. Right. So many blessings. Right. Maria P, you are up. And you'd like a general for you and Walter's relationship. All right. Got that. What else? Do want this one right here. Righty. What do we got going on? We've got the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Yeah. So we've got this abundance, 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 and then expectations equal disappointment. Kind of sums it up. You're like, it sure does. Because you go from the relationship goes from feeling like it's, oh, I'm on top of the world. Life feels full, it feels so complete. And then, but what's not happening, we go from gratitude and wow, and we love it when that, but then we start to slip back into, is this being done? Is this being done? Is this being done? Is this being done? And then we start focusing on expectations, which takes us into lack and it starts sucking the life out of it. And then we go through whatever we go through, and then we go all back into abundance. It's the cycle that's been repeating. And it will until we start whittling away at these expectations and start living more and more and more and more and more and more and more in gratitude. And the more we do that, the more the relationship expands. But if I'm focusing in on they're not living up to all the stuff they're supposed to give me, or the relationship isn't, or I'm not, that's just low vibrational energy, right? But I feel like that's the important energy they have here. It's the more that you can let go and let go and let go of expectations and expend your energy into focusing and communicating what I love about you, what I'm grateful about you, what I'm grateful to Creator for who you are and what this relationship is bringing in my life, who I am in this relationship, then it just grows and it's like beautiful. Otherwise, it looks like a garden in the middle of winter in the northern hemisphere instead of this amazing, rainforest full of vegetation, right? Anyway, that's what they have for you, Maria. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Right. New love, you are up. Hello, new love. So, general reading for the next 2 weeks. All right, we'll give you one card for 1 week, for week one. And then this card is for week two. Week one, do you have the Three of Pentacles? Week one is full of like groups, friend groups, or important groups, but it's also giving you an opportunity to really shine and be true to your authentic self. I feel like there's a lot of creativity going on in the first week too, a lot of expressions of yourself, your true authentic self that comes through. What else? I feel like that's the big boom, boom, boom that's coming in, and to allow this for you, accept the invitations of get-togethers. I know, I'm a hermit. I always say the best kind of plans are canceled plans. But I feel like if you go, you'll be so happy that you did this first week. Week 2, yeah, the Maiden of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. So this is a week of the fulfillment, this fullness, this it feels like there's a lot of great heightened opportunities coming in, this feeling of gratitude and abundance. And I feel like whatever happens in the first week really helps propel things into the second week. Week 1 feels very busy, but week 2 is quality versus quantity. Week 1 is quantity, week 2 is quality. Um, and hopefully that makes sense on what that means. Means you have a lot of activity in week 1, that gives you a certain amount of satisfaction and that, but then week 2, you just have quality experiences, a lot less than week 1, but they're quality. So boom, boom, it takes 2 to get you up here. Here it took you 10 to get up here, right? So, um, quality over quantity week 2. So hopefully that helps. That's what I feel is coming in there for you, new love. So many blessings to you. All right, Jayaz, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp and like request guidance from your spirit team, what they want you to know. All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know? This one here. All right. So the first card that came flying out was the Hanged Man. Got this Neptune Pisces energy. Time to hang upside down and see things from a different perspective. Of course, not literally, but there is this transformative energy like the cocoon that's going on right now. Let's see what about this here. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. Very much like High Priestess, empathic ability energy here. One message that's immediately coming through is there's a lot of emotional energy flowing around and you've been expanding your empathic abilities and your emotions. So it's important to also upgrade your emotional security system. That's funny because they're like, if you're expanding and you can't use like a little flimsy uh, security system on a that you had on your shack when you have a mansion now. It doesn't cover it enough. So because of your emotional abilities have expanded, your bubble just needs some reinforcing, more gelatin in there. So more, what do they call it when you put in the walls? Insulation, so that you don't take on everyone else's emotions. It's very loud. It's good. It's okay to put some barriers in there. You'll have them be transparent. It's transparent gel. Just the stuff will stick in there and you won't take it on as your own. So I feel like that's an important energy here because there's a lot of emotional energy that's going on in the world and around you, but then also your emotional hearing has really become bionic, like the bionic woman back in the day. You can hear dee 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 dee, but your heart hears emotion so much. It's okay to put some padding in there so it's not so loud. You can still hear it going boom, 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 but it's not bam, 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 right? So I like that. There's also this transformative energy coming in here. I do feel like they're telling you you're getting a new psychic awareness for gifts. And I had a podcast where I mentioned the true gift of an empath, what they're bringing back here. And this is your discovering your ability to how to push out emotion. We already put out low vibration emotion when we're cranky pants. We automatically put out joy when we are. But this is about being able to walk into a room and just focus on pushing out love energy, unconditional, eternal love energy. And you can't control other people's emotions, but it does make it easier for them to choose love because the surroundings and the energy surrounding them is higher vibration, that it's easier to choose that. Same when we're around a lot of cranky, lower vibrational energy. It's easier for us to choose to join that, and it's harder to, pull up the higher vibration. But I feel like you're working out your emotional higher vibrational energy on how to push it out so that you can go into a room that feels lower and push it out and see it brighten. And I love that for you. So that's what they want you to know right now, Jazz. Hopefully that resonates for you. Many blessings to you. All right. Tim Alajem, you are up next. Hello, hello. Thank you for your comment about, hey, you've been eating, you're getting so skinny. I take that as a compliment. I have been purposely eating differently, um, trying to, with my high blood pressure, my sleep apnea, I was on borderline diabetic, um, pre diabetic. Um, so, been trying to eat different, lose weight, and everything. So it's actually healthy for me to be thinner. So I am doing that. So thank you for your concern, though. I'll make sure I eat a sandwich. All right. So you wanted to know here, Tim. You crack me up. Will your investments actually return larger gains than you expected and double your abilities to create charities for your heartfelt passions? You feel like it'll be bigger than even you expect. All right, let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, tell us about these. All right, you got three cards here. You have the Four of Pentacles. There is some stable energy with the Four of Pentacles. You have the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a victory and a flow energy here. I don't feel like it's going to be like double, but because the Four of Pentacles is, I feel like, what you expected, but then these sixes, um, both the Six of Swords, which is a flow, a leaving old ways of thinking behind, higher ways of thinking, and the Six of Wands is a victory energy. But like double, you'd have the Four to the Eight of Pentacles, but you went from four to the six. So it is bigger, but not double. But still, I do feel like this energy is saying it is, what would that be? Half is bigger, not double, but um because what if let's say, just for maths purposes, if it was, I know it's more than 4,000, but if it was like you were expecting 4,000, it would be 6,000. So it's $2,000 more than you thought it would be. So if it was 400,000, it would be like 600,000, or 4 million to be 6 million. Anyway, but that's what's coming in here. I do feel like it is going to be bigger, but not double, but definitely gives you the ability. And they're bringing in the Six of Pentacles, which is that you have so much and that you're able to give into those. So I love that for you. So there you go, Tim. That's what they have for you, sir. Many blessings to you. Good to see you. All right. And then Cat Goddess, you are up. Lastly, but not leastly, I want to know, what advice or guidance do you need to know right now? All right, let's take a look here. What guidance or advice does Spirit want to give to you right now? What's good for you to know? Okay, thank you. What else? All right, thank you. Boom, boom. Two more. All right, so you got the High Priestess. I feel like it's important for you to know here that, well, and even with the Nine of Pentacles and the King of Swords, this reminds me of the Hermit energy, and the King of Swords is the master of wisdom and higher thinking. And the High Priestess is about, they just want you to know here with the Nine of Pentacles, that's stepping away out of the physical world. High Priestess too is going up into our High Priestess temple to connect with Spirit, because they do have knowledge and wisdom to give you, and they do speak to you. And originally I was going to say, with the High Priestess, you're so much more connected than you give yourself credit for. You doubt yourself sometimes, a lot of times, right, on how you can hear from Spirit, but you can. And something that really can help all of us to connect with spirit is automatic writing. And it's just taking paper, or if you rather do it on a computer or something, or even record it. But writing does something to it. It's like writing it out, and it's automatic writing. You just start with a thought. What I do with my automatic writing is I write the date, put a little box, and then I sit and I go, all right, who wants to talk to me on the other side? And immediately you'll get an impression of it's this. Don't doubt it. Just write it down. Okay, it's my higher self. I mean, I've channeled the higher self of Hitler, of Jesus, of all sorts of different beings. And I was like amazed at what came through. But you just start writing. Don't doubt. Don't be like, well, that's not them. Just write down. Let it be a stream of consciousness. You just start writing it. And when you are allowing that flow, it actually helps you connect to that higher wisdom. And I'm amazed when I finish writing something, I go, there's no way that I would just be able to pull that out of my butt. It was like, it just all made sense. And I'm like, wow, thank you. Right. And so I love that for you. So I feel like that's what you need to know right now. You're so much more connected than you realize. It's important for you to take time away from the outside world to spend time developing this relationship with your spirit team and all these beings on the other side that are of unconditional love and light, and they want to talk and they want to give you wisdom and share it. And you don't have to do it. They're just like, you want a suggestion, some advice, you can do this if you want, but you don't have to. There's no judgment from them. There's no right or wrong, should be, supposed to be. There's just, you get to live. You're on the adventure and they're along with you. They just love being with you on your adventure. But if you ask them, "Hey, do you guys have any suggestions on what would be fun next? You might try this." And you're like, "All right, let's go do that." Or that you could be like, "Meh, that's not really floating my boat. All right, how about that?" No, all right. And they'll give suggestions without any attachment to what you do with it, which I love about no judgment from that realm. Even though we're taught they're so judgmental, they'll send you to hell. No, they don't. They love us so much. There's no hell. Hell is in here. That's hellish enough. All right. That's what they have for you, Cat Goddess. Many blessings to you. And thank you guys so much, all of you, for all of your love and support. Let me just check my comments on uh, the stream really quick here just to make sure if there's anything coming through. Hopefully, we'll see if this works. Don't think there is anything. Let me just unclick this. Nope, I don't think there's anything out there, at least through my phone. So, um, if you haven't checked out my newest podcast, there's a playlist down in the link below. We had some cool ones that have been out. I have a giveaway coming out on November 5th. You can check that out. There's a link in that in the description box of the video, too. I got some things on special, my personal recorded readings, my 15 and 30-minute. Next week, I'm going to have an announcement for some more specials that all these are going to be through the end of the year and through the first day of 2026 at least. And then I'm going to put out a little, um, I guess it's an announcement that next weekend for each of my 5 sessions that I have, um, we're going to have some giveaways. So be on the lookout for that. If you're subscribed, make sure you have your settings set, your little alarm bell set to all so you get notified of those things if you're interested. So that's what we have, everybody. Thank you again. I can't believe it's Sunday evening already. Whoosh, it flew by. And just know that I'm so grateful for you and all of your love, all your support, all your thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. I am so grateful to be part of the love tsunami along with you. And until I see you again, remember that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, the creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. You guys hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. It's a playground. So let's go play, baby. All right, guys. I'll be back Thursday. Much love. We'll see you soon.